Hi, I'm too big. Am I better now? There we go. There we go. Now it's fixed. Hi. We're gonna try something a little new today. We're gonna try Blueprints. I've heard this game is very good and cool and interesting and weird. Loading, loading, loading. Right. I don't really know anything about this game, if I'm being honest. I just heard that it's kind of a cool game. Wait, why is... Wait, hold up. Capture not working. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, here we go. We're fine.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
This big house.
The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room
Okay.
of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble
Okay.
in a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery,
I'm intrigued already.
of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Blueprints. That's quite the intro. Hi, Yump. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. There have been a few newer faces in chat lately on a semi-regular basis, and that has been making my sad, depressed brain happy. Okay, but before we actually get into it, I do need to adjust something real quick. Holy, what? My brain is not brain right now. Okay, just let me fix this real quick. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. West Virginia. Okay. So, I have 50 footy steps. We're on day 1 here. I don't know what that all means. Okay, I've got here. Open only in the event of my death. Well, I think you're dead. So, I'm going to open it. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of the commission, covered in the fine print of my will, that I feel like I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it's very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me with a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck. A signature I can't read. Okay. And then we've got the blueprints over here. Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. Okay, we've got the antechamber way over here. We are here. Okay. I'm very confused because this is a very strange game so far. Wait. Hold up. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect yet. Because this is, this is a weird game. And people who have told me, who have recommended this game to me have done so very vaguely. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 footstep. When you no longer have any footstep left, you will be too tired to continue. Too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay. Okay, so I want to pay, like, close attention to, like, some of these. Because I'm sure, like, some of these background elements are going to be really important. Okay, that's the same sign as on the other side. I'm sure the time of this clock is also probably important, unless that's the real time. Which it isn't. No, that's very distinctly not what time it is right now. So, that's probably important as well. Okay. So I've got, like, different rooms with different effects and whatnot. Okay, I've now committed to going through this door, so I can't actually back out of going through this door. I think I would like to put the bedroom here. But, good to know. I should plan out which doors I'm going to very carefully in the future. Because, yeah, as soon as you go to the door, you have to do it. That's the law. Okay, and we've got photos. Can't really open that. Got bed. Trunk is locked. Okay. So that key will probably be in another room we can add. Big chess piece is kind of weird. So I'm getting the vibe that this game is like a giant escape room roguelike type situation. Greetings from Reddington. Finger points down. I'm not sure how that'll be important, but I feel like it might be. I don't know. I'm getting overstimulated by things that I think may or may not be things. As for over here, let's go this way. Money, you say? Puzzle piece, you say? Tap, blueprint map. So these both have potentially important things, but... Let's do this. I'm doing that to give myself more freedom of movement, but also, doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. What? What does that mean? Okay, I am going to put something here. Let's see what the closet's all about. Okay, we've got an ivory die. While drafting, you may use the dice to roll new floor plans. Okay. And a shovel. Old weathered shovel. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Well, that's ominous. Blueprint map. Give me the den, please. Big chess piece. Another incorrect clock. That clock is this... All these clocks are the same level of incorrect. Okay, there are a lot of clocks in this room. Interesting. Okay, the clocks do just kind of be moving, so that might actually... I might just be, like, going crazy. Let's go this way. So I can redraw the floor plans if I want to. But I think checking out what is in the bathroom. HSS. But I hope you're having a good day, Yumpy, and anyone else who might be there. 10. Buck. Was there any reason to make the bathroom? I'm sure there is. But I'm not currently seeing it. Oh no, I'm sorry you're sick, Yump. Make sure to eat lots of soup and drink lots of cement. I don't know. I was trying to think of something that was a solid and it wasn't working. I'm doing okay. I've been dealing with a lot of self-consciousness issues lately. But I'm doing alright. I just want to be a silly little entertainer. Wait, what's this? I missed this. Oh yeah, no, that was marked on the thing. I just didn't actually find it. What is diamond? Explain diamond to me. Diamonds can be used while drafting to pay for special floor plans. Interesting. Coins can be used in shop rooms found on the estate to purchase goods. This is a strange game. For some reason, I'm not really sure I really registered that this game was like a roguelike. Whenever you draft a bedroom from now on, gain 5 butt. I won't lie, I'm not super fixated on giving myself a lot of footsteps at the moment. The reason why I'm not too concerned with giving myself a lot of footsteps at the moment, this is literally my first run. I'm kind of feeling out the game. I'm not winning the game today. I'm simply not. Like, I'm not winning the game on day one. So I feel like it might be in my best interest. You know what? No. No. Let's do it. I don't know why I actually went in here, because that was a waste of a footstep, but just because there isn't necessarily something marked on the map, maybe there's actually, like, information of some kind in some of these. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies, and a red castle made of stone. Is that all? No? The prince had a love for all things red, the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or crow. He could not stand the white of the swan in the snow. Whenever he looked up, for fear of the view, he had heard the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down, if he ever went outside, when the clouds weren't around. Do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? The story he read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues we have set. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. As you, my reader, might often assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Interesting. Wait, was that there literally a second ago? Lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I did just confirm that you can, in fact, find things in rooms. Wait, what the hell? So yeah, just because it doesn't necessarily say there is a thing in the room on the blueprint, there could still be a thing in the room. So make sure I keep that in mind. This almost feels like a puzzle, but like I can't interact with it in any way. Why, thank you. Yeah, you've been coming back a lot lately, and that's been making me happy. I want to try my best to be a silly little entertainer. If that remains as a hobby forever, I'm pretty okay with that. As long as, like, some people are still here. If I end up getting enough of an audience to turn it into more of a job, that's also great. That's ultimately my goal, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, I understand how, like, on the whims of fate, succeeding as a content creator can be. But I'm having fun either way. Let's just take another quick scoop of this room. It almost looks like a lock or something, but, like, I can't interact with most things. So, back through the hallway. Why, thank you. I do think a lot of, like, fresh content creators get, like, really wrapped up with, like, oh, I'm going to succeed, blah, 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 and then they just kind of get discouraged. Success is relative. I have fun making content. Even if only, like, 4 or 5 people end up, like, watching it, every comment I get that's like, hey, haha, funny joke, on, like, my shorts and whatnot, that's enough. Like, literally, like, one comment on a short, and that's a success in my book. I made someone happy with my silly little short. And that's kind of the most I honestly feel comfortable asking for. Trunk is locked. I don't have a key yet. But it is worth keeping in mind that that is in the bedroom. Because I don't think I'm not sure I noticed that last time. Okay, now we're going to go this way. I need to make sure, because this is currently my only path, I need to make sure I don't plant a dead end. Because then, you know... Oh, the Nook. See, I want to put the Nook because there is that locked chest right here. It would take footsteps to go back and get it, but, like, it's going to take a lot less if I go back and get it now. What's this? Coupon book. Save $1 on each purchase you make in the stick. Okay, I'm immediately seeing the appeal to this game. This is like a very different sort of roguelike. But I'm here for it. This is cool. I apologize I'm, like, going through the rooms very, very slowly. But, like, I'm kind of seeing, like, what I can and can't interact with. And hello, Mitsugo! What's this? What's this? Journal noteworthy. As you continue your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps, most fittingly, a journal will be a valuable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Well, you know what? For clipping purposes, I do actually happen to have this handy-dandy notepad literally right next to me. So, what if I go ahead and flip us to a new page here on this notepad, mark down this page as the blueprints. Why does that B have 3 sections? Did I just forget how to write letters? Okay. Now, if there's any clips I want, I will mark the timestamps. But more importantly, any clues I think I may need, I will also note them down here. And I am doing okay, Mitsugo. As I mentioned to Yumpy, having been feeling pretty self-conscious lately, but I'm doing okay on this particular day, I think. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I see. Because I have now blocked this possible entrance with another room, it's now appearing very differently. So now we're going to go in here, use that footstep. We are using an extra footstep, which isn't great, but I do want to see what's in this trunk. Okay, we've got another dice, with 2 more dice, so that's for rerolls, and 4 money for if we happen to find a shop. Yeah! No, this game's fascinating so far. This is a very different sort of roguelike. Okay, so we can't go into the courtyard, we have no gems. Map. I'm almost tempted to redraw here. Because I kind of want something with a bit more... Okay. Applying the guest bedroom. Okay, we actually now have to use another redraw dice. Both of these would end my current run. Because both of these mean there is no further place to place a new blueprint. Gosh, I want the... Okay. See, I've learned here on this first run, I've already made a pretty catastrophic mistake by reducing myself to one possible path here. I'm going to use the corridor because it doesn't immediately kill me. I mean, none of them kill me. That's not how this game works, but... Oh. Money, money, money. Money. That feels... That feels weird. Whenever you enter the chapel, you lose money. But it would give me another door. I'm going to add the parlor. The parlor has a puzzle piece. Okay, so the puzzle piece is, well, a puzzle room. Wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. Okay. Because, yeah, see, I'd heard this game had, like, really weird puzzles in certain rooms. I now see the puzzle piece rooms are the rooms where those puzzles take place. I get it now. The black box contains gems. This box and the blue box are empty. All 3 boxes are empty. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, Frank, I don't know why. Zabby, what's wrong with you? It had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I had no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I could refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend. Bye, 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 bye. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box that displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are empty. Okay, I know this sort of puzzle. One of the box is lying. Actually, no, hold up. This is actually slightly more confusing than a lot of the variants I've seen of this. At least one of them is lying. At least one of them is truthing. One box has a prize. 2 are always empty. Okay. So basically, we know by the rules of the game there's always only items in one box. So I do think this might be a fairly simple, like, tutorial variant of this puzzle. The black box contains gems. This is the only box that tells us that there is prizes inside something. So this has to be true by the rules of the game. This box and the blue box are empty. Wait. All three boxes are... Okay. Yeah. This has to be true by the rules of the game. This has to be a lie by the rules of the game. Because the rules of the game state there's always something in one box, right? Yes. So this is literally just like a tutorial version of this puzzle to kind of wet my whistle. So by the rules of the game, it has to be the black box. Yeah, there we go. 2 gemmies. Okay, I would love a path that goes both ways here. Perfect. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara, Espen, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Well, that was like probably some amount of years ago, so I think that's fine. I'm tempted by the storeroom, but I don't want that dead end right now. So I think we have to go with the spare room for now. Anything in here? Can I have this? This game is so weird. Who comes up with this house drafting roguelike? Who looks at roguelikes and goes, you know what we need? We need a house drafting puzzle roguelike. Where you have to find a certain amount of rooms in a certain amount of footsteps. Who does that? That's freak behavior. Okay, but I don't actually think there's anything in this spare room. This is going to be a dead end either way. So using this to acquire footsteps... Using this to acquire footsteps seems good. Because I will also get bonus footsteps from that other room. Anything important? It's a cool idea. I'm not saying it's not. What's this? This is a random key. Spare set of card keys? What the heck? That feels so specific. There's a lot of stuff about this game that's going to be like weirdly specific and strange. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that the grand puzzle I need to solve here is that I need to open this back door on the antechamber. I feel like that's probably it. But I'm assuming that you're going to require to have done certain things in certain rooms and acquire certain things to open that door. I could be entirely mistaken. That's the vibe I'm currently getting. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note. Thank you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also want to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in this house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It is well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hope your health improves shortly. I like whenever I get to something that I can't read in human English, I just go in some way or another. Why is that my go-to? I'm weird. I'm a weird person. Okay, well, I think we've kind of found everything we need in here. So let's go back to the West Wing Hall. Okay. Utility closet will kill our run. Well, this has the same floor plan as this, but will put less items around. I'm sure there may be some reason or another that I want to go into that room. Actually, wait, hold up. I'm noticing the different types of rooms have, like, different colors. What is red? Because the bathroom was also red. But the bathroom didn't, I don't think, had, like, a negative thing associated with it. Unless I'm real dumb and, like, didn't read something. Yeah, the hallways are orange. Not really sure what blue means. Purple is the bedrooms. I'm not fully sure what red means. Okay. Let's get this pantry here. Get some more money. Apple? Apple plus 2 footsteps. Hell yeah. We love Apple. Not the company. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have extra guests exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough. So I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Enclosed amount should cover the expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay, so does this mean there's, like, always going to be that amount in, like, the house in some way? I'm not fully sure what that means. Possibly that's the clue for a puzzle in some other room? I'm not sure. I'm still not fully parsing out this game yet. The courtyard would potentially be great somewhere else. Redraw. So it does seem like red are, like, rooms with bad elements, but my brain did not, like, clue into a bad element on the lavatory for some reason. I don't know whether I'm just dumb and didn't read. Okay, that would kill me. That would kill me. Fuck! That was a bad reroll. Well, I guess I'm taking the maid chambers. Well, this run isn't going well, but I guess that's kind of to be expected. Day-wheeled Reddit has finally arrived. It was with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Miss Babbage for details. In following instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Hat. Vacuum. Locked. Fuck! I'm dead. I died. Fuck you, maid chamber. God damn it. The Zabby, the Zabster, is not particularly smart. Mount Holly, quaint inn. 4 bedrooms. Total rooms, 16. Rank reach, 4. Steps taken, 26. Items found, 6. I mean, I guess it could have gone worse for my first run. Let's do more. I know, like, for roguelikes, normally lately I've been doing roguelikes on, like, videos instead of stream. This feels like more of a stream game. I'm gonna be real. But we'll see. Maybe people hate it. My goal here is to entertain. Okay, what time are we at? We've been playing for 45 minutes. I am absolutely down to keep playing. And we're not at ad time yet. Only up in the event of my death. This is all the same. This is all the same. Okay. I wanted to check it because I wasn't sure if it could change. Well, I'm glad you like it. Okay. I'm going to try to go to the right first. Okay, so once again, I noticed the lavatory is in fact red. But it doesn't specify a bad thing. But all the other red rooms we've seen so far do specify a bad thing of some kind. Okay, so using the utility closet here would kind of cut us off a little bit. The den only gives us 1 door despite having 2 doors. I feel like the den might be better saved for somewhere else. I want to apply the utility closet because I want to kind of see what's going on with it. I know this isn't necessarily the optimal place for it, but I kind of want to see what's going on with it. Garage, on. The mystery cabinet. We can't switch the mystery cabinet because it is missing a switch. I don't know what that means. Keycard entry system off. Would turning it off imply that I can just go into a keycard place without a keycard? Is that what that implies? Because that's how my mind is reading that. I'm going to keep that off. I don't know what this means. What the heck? What? I am very confused. I think I need more information before any of this means anything. These are a bit more explanatory. Okay, yeah, for now, let's turn the garage on. The garage was off. Let's keep that on, because, you know, that probably helps us see in the garage. However, dark room. Dark rooms are supposed to be dark. So, maybe, let's go ahead and turn that one off. Let's leave this one off, because I feel like that might just allow me to get into a place without needing something. As for this... So, that's fine. Okay, noted. Utility closet is an interesting room.